Welcome to J399, Media and Informed Citizenship. First of all, I'd like to tell you that this is a course with the two things students hate: lots of readings, lots of assignments. You'll be required to read some of the essential chapters written by philosophers, scholars, or journalists, many of them very old. And in the next phase of the course, you'll be asked to write online about certain public issues. Create a political blog, post it every week, and to tweet about it. To be short, you'll be writing almost the whole semester. The key word here is the quality of public opinion. We will not only read the classics, but also practice how to produce a worthwhile opinion about public affairs. In order to do that, you will have to learn to acquire relevant information, and more importantly, differentiate facts from misinformation. This is a course designed to train you to be a citizen gatekeeper and also a citizen journalist. The concept I would like to discuss on this first day of class is political knowledge. Before I move on, I would like to ask you two questions. How many of you think that President Obama is a Muslim? Or how many of you know that in a national survey last month, 18% of American public answered that President Obama is a Muslim? In this class, we'll treat and define political knowledge as a resource of democracy. A resource of democracy and the formation of a sound opinion. This concept is in parallel with scholars like John Dewey, or more recently, scholars like Dale Carpini. Suppose we are talking about the issue of Obama's stance about the Muslim mosque on Ground Zero. Knowledge about Obama's religion is a resource for formulating public opinion towards that issue. So, how much resource do we have at this point of American democracy? Let me draw a couple of graphs. This is the percentage of the public. This is the year. Year starts out from 1945 to 2000. It has risen from 50% to 90%. It's a dramatic increase. But this is not the political knowledge. This is the rate of American public who attained high school education before 30. So let's look political knowledge, which was gauged by 15 questions basic as how long is the term of American president, or which party is more liberal, Democrats or Republican. The number is 50, 53, 48, 51, 53. So it's been quite stable. We are more educated, but our knowledge towards political information is rather low. It has been stable. Let's look at another graph. Of the American population at 20,000, the upper 30% got the 71% right score in the political knowledge questions. Lower got only 26% correct. So this is the resource what we have. If we treat knowledge as a resource for democracy, we come to the conclusion that our mean is very low, variance is very high, meaning amount is not that much, and the inequality is very large. Does it matter? Let's ask two questions to answer this question. How much do you have to know? The amount of knowledge. Secondly, who do you have to know? To answer this question more illustratively, we have to make some comparisons with political knowledge with scientific knowledge. The first question was, who should know? In the world of science, if you have a few number of Einsteins or relatively good size of academic community, that is enough. But that's the opposite in the political world. It has to be equally distributed. Like Habermas has quoted, if you want to make a public debate worthwhile, both sides have to come into the debate with equal amount of information. The second question, so who should know? I mean, how much do you know? This is another point that's different from science. We don't have to be an expert. We have to be just satisfy the minimum requirement. I get another citation from a famous scholar. Robert Luskin said, ordinary people who enjoy do not compose great symphonies. This is the point that we are going to examine all through the semester. I'll tell you that there's a counter arguments with what I've said that has a long history. So the conclusion may be ever-changing. After all, this is an era of uncertainty. We'll examine these 2 points as we filter and produce information ourselves. My hope is that by the end of the semester, we'll recall the readings and realize that maybe it's not the same old story, but fundamental things still apply.
How many notes?
You reached 8.